POV from history. Put yourself in their shoes.
Have you ever pondered what makes a single decision so monumental that it alters the course of history? Consider the day when Julius Caesar, a Roman general, crossed a seemingly insignificant Italian river known as the Rubicon. A simple act of crossing a river, yet it was a pivotal moment that marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. In the days leading up to this historic crossing, Rome was a bubbling cauldron of political tension. The Roman Republic, governed by the Senate, was divided and shaky. Julius Caesar, a beloved general, had been ordered by the Senate to disband his army and return to Rome. But Caesar, sensing the precariousness of his position and the potential for his political adversaries to seize control, was faced with a monumental decision. He could submit to the Senate's demands, or he could cross the Rubicon with his army, an act of defiance that would be considered a declaration of war against the Senate. The Rubicon, a small river in northern Italy, was more than just a physical boundary. It was a symbolic demarcation, a point of no return. Roman law stated that no general could cross it with an army. To do so was treason, punishable by death. Yet, as Caesar stood on its banks, he knew that crossing it could mean seizing control of Rome itself. There's a popular story that as he stood at the river's edge, Caesar uttered the phrase, "The die is cast." Whether he truly said these words or not, they perfectly encapsulate the gravity of his decision. With one footstep, he crossed the Rubicon, and with it, crossed the boundary from republic to empire. The aftermath of this crossing was immediate and profound. Rome plunged into civil war, a conflict that would last for years and result in the death of the Republic. Caesar emerged victorious, and the Senate, once the governing body of Rome, was reduced to a mere figurehead. Caesar was now the dictator of Rome, a position he would hold until his assassination in 44 BC. But what of the long-term effects? Caesar's crossing of the Rubicon marked the end of the era of the Roman Republic, an era marked by a balance of power and shared governance. It ushered in the age of the Roman Empire, a time of autocracy and singular rule. It set a precedent for future leaders to seize power, often by force, and marked the beginning of a trend towards dictatorship that would persist in Rome for centuries to come. In essence, Caesar's crossing of the Rubicon was not just a man crossing a river. It was a moment of decision, a tipping point that changed the trajectory of one of the most powerful civilizations in history. It reminds us that sometimes a single act can echo through the ages. Its repercussions felt long after the actor has left the stage. So, the next time you find yourself standing on the edge of a decision, remember Caesar and the Rubicon. Consider the weight of your choices and how they might ripple outwards, shaping not just your own path, but the course of history itself.
POV from history. Put yourself in their shoes.